Thanks for joining us for the Nick Hart Show, presented each week by the Gibson Southern Football Boosters, including AgriGold, ADG Architecture and Design Group, Baker Tax and Financial Services, Brett's Car Care, Cordray Insurance, Daylight Land Management, Davis Brothers, Du Bois County Garage Doors Incorporated, Duke Energy, Foster Construction, the Fort Branch Dairy Queen, Harper's Pub and Pizza, Hobstadt Summerfest, Hydorn Construction, Hobstadt Family Dentistry, Hen Orthodontics, Hillside Gardens, Hip Dentistry, JMCO Technologies, Kiesel Enterprises Incorporated, MyTech Systems, Pole Concrete Construction, Pro Rehab, Roberts Boring, Trenching and Excavating, Robert Goob Vermillion, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, Scotty's Lawn Equipment, Timbarge Seed, TYFL, Reinbrecht Homes, Stodgel Funeral Home, Stodgel Monuments, in memory of Darwin and Eric Callis, by Vertical Tile Incorporated, Wash Boss, Young's Auto Body, Johnson Commercial Mowing, in loving memory of Zach Bailey, by Julia's School of Dance, Kathy Salmon Photography, Like Transport, Make Your Mark, Scherer Monuments, Southern Indiana Tire, United Fidelity Bank, Stan and Teresa Dove, by Air Evac Life Team, Ameriprise Financial, Jeremy Overton, by Engermeyer Electric, Bandit Ag LLC, Bryant Auto Center Incorporated, by Center for Pediatric Therapy, by Country Barns, by Daywig Meats of Hobstadt, Drosty's Jewelry Shops, Edward Jones Financial Advisor Jason Rainey, by Fort Branch Car Wash, Full Metal Armory, by grandparent of Isaac O'Neill, Marianne O'Neill, by Heritage Federal Credit Union, Heritage Petroleum LLC, Jarbo Tax Service, Casey Gray, Fuquay State Farm, by Cook Air, L&B Boutique, Little Miracles, Matt Walker Insurance, by Meisler Trailer Rentals, National Vet Help, Ripco Systems, by Titan Construction Partners, Whitledge Tree Service LLC, and by the Wabash Valley College Radio, TV, and Digital Media Department. And welcome to the Nick Hart Show here tonight on this Tuesday night, following an impressive come-from-behind win by the Titans on Friday night at home over a very good defending state champion South Warren Ball Club, 28-24. Coach Nick Hart is with us. I'm Kyle Peach, and Coach, we talked about it. This was a special win on Friday night.
Yeah, it really was. I think, the caliber of program that South Warren is and the athletes that they had on the field to get a win says a lot about our kids and our football team. And it was a great night, really exciting way to win a football game. And but, win or lose, I would have been really proud of the way we performed and competed throughout the course of the game. But it certainly is nicer to end it with a win.
The way the game started did not look like it was going to go the Titans' way early, as South Warren scored with 6:35 remaining in the first quarter on a 1-yard touchdown run. The extra point was good to make it 7-0. Then a few minutes later, still in the first, 48 seconds to go in the period, a 43-yard touchdown pass, and all of a sudden you find yourselves down 14-0. Coach, at that point at the end of the first quarter, was there panic on the squad? What was the mindset of the team being down 14-0 early?
No, there really wasn't any panic on the sideline. I think, you look at their first two scores, we had some chances on the first drive to get off the field, and a combination of them making plays and us not making plays allowed them to keep that drive going. And then, they hit us on a big play there for the second touchdown. So, and we were moving the football, just not finishing the drives. So no, there wasn't a lot of panic. Just had to keep playing and start executing a little bit better.
Second quarter would be much better for the Titans. Tanner Boyd, with 10.5 minutes to go in the second quarter, completed a pass for 13 yards to Sean DeLong for a touchdown. Cam Novotny made the extra point to make it 14-7. Then with 5:34 to go in the half, it was a 27-yard run for Devin Roberts. Unfortunately, Cam Novotny's extra point was blocked, and it made it 14-13. We would hold that score into the locker room at halftime. The message to the team at halftime was what, Coach?
Just kind of what we talked about there. We thought we had some chances, like even before half. We've got a drive going, and we had a false start on a 3rd and 1 that put us in a 3rd and 6 that turned into a sack. It kind of killed our drive. We just had to finish, what we were doing. We had chances when we had chances to get off the field. We had to get off the field, and we had to execute a little bit better offensively to finish off some of those drives.
No scoring took place in the third quarter, so that 14-13 score would hold until the fourth, and South Warren very early in the quarter saw a 44-yard touchdown run. The extra point was good to make it 21-13, so the margin was 8. And then with 3:34 to go in the fourth quarter, Eli McIntosh of South Warren connects on a 24-yard field goal, putting them up 24-13. And that's with 3.5 minutes to go in the game. And at that point, Coach, I got to tell you, even the miracle worker thoughts in me were like, there's not much chance here. But, oh, boy, your team responded in kind. Talk about, from that point in the game, the focus of the team, the mood on the sideline, and how the Titans were able to complete a dramatic come-from-behind win.
It's just you got to keep playing. I think anytime you're down 2 scores late, the first thing you got to do is get the first score and get it back to a 1-possession game. And we were able to put together a really nice drive there to get it to 1 score. We got the 2-point conversion, so then you just needed a field goal to get it into overtime. And then, after you score and you're thinking about these things as you're going down to score, we had 2 timeouts left. Little over 2 minutes on the clock after we scored, and so you're starting to play the math game of, do we kick it deep? Do you onside? We ultimately decided to onside because I think the scariest thing on Friday night was kicking off to them because of the people that they had on their kickoff return team. So they started the night in good field position off of our kickoffs. So, we really thought we were only giving up, 10 to 15 yards, by trying the onside kick. So, we tried it, didn't get it. But then our defense came up with a huge play on 3rd down, caused the fumble. And then the offense came back out and had a wonderful, couple of big plays to set up that game-winning drive.
With 2 minutes and 11 seconds to go in the game, Devin Roberts took it in from 22 yards out. You got that 2-point conversion on a pass from Boyd to Michael Herron to pull within 3, 24-21. And then with 43 seconds to go after that big fumble, by the way, the only turnover either way in this contest, 43 seconds to go, a 16-yard touchdown run by Tanner Boyd. Cam Novotny's kick made it a 28-24 win. The Titans able to go on from there. I tell you what, we've kind of seen it all here early. You saw that close competitive game at Terre Haute South to start the season. We've seen the Titans put some good competition to bed here, and doing it again with South Warren, a defending state championship team again. Talk about the statement that this win sends to future opponents of the Titans, and what it says about your kids and your program.
I don't know so much about future opponents, but I think that the statement that it sends to our kids is, I believe that South Warren is, if they were a 3A Indiana team, would be one of the top couple of teams in the state. So, it shows that we're capable of playing at that level. There's still a lot of football and a lot of season left. But that we're capable of playing at that level. against that type of an opponent. So, I don't know what it says to other people, but to us, I think it kind of shows where we're at, and where we need to try and continue to play at that level. I thought one thing that really stood out on film, I thought, because of who we've played so far, and especially the opponent on Friday night, I thought defensively we played so fast on that side of the ball, and we had to survive. But if we can continue to play at that speed and at that level, we're going to have a chance to do some great things.
In these first 4 weeks of the season, you've played one conference game against Washington. You've played two 5A Indiana schools, and now a defending state champ like the Titans in South Warren, a team that last year kind of had their way with the Titans in the Week 4 matchup. But to return the favor to South Warren, I think these kids have got to love the fact they were able to get the win over the only team that beat them last year, and to do so and to have it happen in the way that it did, certainly something special. Certainly, I think something these kids are going to remember for a long time.
Yeah, it's a very memorable game, and like you said, not only who it was against, but how it was done. It's a lifetime memory type of thing of what we were able to accomplish. But the great thing about football is, there's another huge game this week, and so we got to put that in our rear view mirror and get focused on what's ahead.
And speaking of what's ahead, when we come back, what is ahead when we come back here on the Nick Hart Show, we'll get you set for the Titans' upcoming matchup with another undefeated ball club, the Raiders of Southridge. We'll host the Titans this week. We'll talk about that with the coach when we come back.
The Nick Hart Show is presented each week by the Gibson Southern Football Boosters, made possible by Robert's Boring, Trenching, and Excavating, Robert Goob Vermillion, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, Scotty's Lawn Equipment, Tembarge Seed, TYFL, Reinbrecht Homes, Stodgel Funeral Home, Stodgel Monuments, in memory of Darwin and Eric Callis, by Vertical Tile Incorporated, Wash Boss, Young's Auto Body, Johnson Commercial Mowing, in loving memory of Zach Bailey, by Julia's School of Dance, Kathy Solman Photography, Like Transport, Make Your Mark, Scherer Monuments, Southern Indiana Tire, United Fidelity Bank, Stan and Teresa Dove, by Air Evac Life Team, and by Ameriprise Financial, Jeremy Overton.
Hey, high school seniors.
Who are you?
I'm a Wabash Valley Warrior. Are you still trying to decide on where you want to go to college?
Maybe, maybe not.
Well, Wabash Valley is the place to go.
I'm listening.
We are among the most affordable colleges in the region, which puts more money in your pockets.
We all want money.
We offer all sorts of different degree opportunities, such as nursing, broadcasting, early childhood education, diesel mechanics, and much more.
This sounds too good to pass up.
Call and set up an appointment today at 618-262-8641.
I'd be stupid not to do it, right?
WVC?
Back here on the Nick Hart Show as we continue our conversation with Coach Nick Hart. He'll be back in our next segment to talk about the upcoming big matchup with an undefeated Southridge squad. But first, more of a stat deep dive into the game on Friday night against South Warren. The Titans were outscored 14-0 in the first quarter. They outscored South Warren 13-0 in the second. No scoring in the third quarter. But thanks in part to those two late possessions, the Titans outscore South Warren 15-10 in the fourth quarter to win at 28-24. The Titans were out-offensed for the first time this season. South Warren amassed 338 yards of total offense in 54 plays. The Titans, 303 yards of total offense in 56 plays. On the passing game, South Warren, 16 completions in 25 attempts, one touchdown. The Titans were 11 of 21. For one touchdown as well. For the passing side of things, 124 yards compared to South Warren's 236. Rushing, the Titans did outrush South Warren on Friday night, 35 carries for 179 yards compared to 29 rushes for 102 yards for South Warren. Penalties heavily favored the Titans, 14 penalties on South Warren, 130 yards, 4 penalties on Gibson Southern for 25 yards, and of course that big fumble late, the only turnover in the game, which proves to be a difference-making play by the Titan defense, the only turnover of the night. The South Warren Ball Club also dominated time of possession, 24 minutes, 32 seconds. The Titans had possession of the football for 22 minutes and 36 seconds. The teams were equal on third down conversions, 4 of 14 each way. South Warren and the Titans also each converted on 1 of 3 fourth down conversion attempts on the night. Key rushers for the Titans, of course, Devin Roberts, 15 carries, 104 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tanner Boyd, the quarterback, 15 carries, 78 yards, and a score. Sean DeLong had 5 carries for a net minus 3 yards. DeLong, though, made up for it on the receiving game, 4 receptions, 44 yards, and a touchdown. Michael Herron caught 3 passes for 40 yards. Devin Roberts caught 2 for 28. Isaac O'Neill had a catch for 8 yards, and Cole McKee had a catch for 4. Cam Novotny, 2 of 2 in extra point attempts. 1 kick was blocked. He was also the kicker on 6 punts, totaling 163 yards, an average of 27.2 yards per punt on the night. And Michael Herron returned all 5 kickoffs for the Titans for a total of 129 yards, averaging 25.8 yards per return, all adding up to a big Titan win on Friday night, 28-24 over South Warren. We look around the Pocket Athletic Conference in terms of play last Friday night. In the Pocket, here were the scores. Boonville knocks off North Knox in a non-league game in overtime, 13-7. Heritage Hills picks up a big win. They moved to 3-1 on the year as they knock off South Spencer 55-19. Mount Vernon blanks Jeffersonville 48-0. North Central beat Princeton 40-28. North Davies over Washington 49-16. North Posey won at Tell City 35-7. Southridge had that big win over Pike Central 53-0. And it was Tecumseh over Forest Park 38-14. The Titans and Boonville, the only undefeated big school teams left in the Pocket standings in league play at 1-0. The Titans, the only unbeaten overall at 4-0. Boonville, 1-0 in the league, 3-1 in all games played. Heritage Hills and Mount Vernon are 1-1 in league play, 3-1 overall. Princeton and Washington both still winless in the conference and on the season. Coming up this weekend, of course, none bigger than the Titans game at Southridge. Heritage Hills is at North Posey. Lenton is at Boonville. Mount Vernon at Forest Park. Pike Central's at Washington. South Spencer at Princeton. And Tell City travels to Hancock County, Kentucky on Friday night. That's a look at what's going on around the Pocket. Stay with us as we continue on the Nick Hart Show. Coach Hart is back next, and we'll get you set for that Southridge matchup coming up this Friday night. Stay tuned.
The Nick Hart Show is brought to you by Angermeyer Electric, Bandit Ag LLC, Bryant Auto Center Incorporated, by Center for Pediatric Therapy, by Country Barns, by Daywig Meats of Hobstadt, Drosty's Jewelry Shops, Edward Jones Financial Advisor Jason Rainey, by Fort Branch Car Wash, Full Metal Armory, by grandparent of Isaac O'Neill, Marianne O'Neill, by Heritage Federal Credit Union, Heritage Petroleum LLC, Jarbo Tax Service, Casey Gray, Fuquay State Farm, by Cook Air, L&B Boutique, Little Miracles, Matt Walker Insurance, by Meisler Trailer Rentals, National Vet Help, Ripco Systems, by Titan Construction Partners, Whitledge Tree Service LLC, and by Wabash Valley College. Support provided by Wabash General Hospital, now offering MyChart, giving patients secure digital access to their health information. Get access to clinical charts, prescribed medication, test results, appointment information, and more. The MyChart messaging service allows you to communicate with your provider to ask clinical questions. Patients may sign up for the service at wghmychart.com. MyChart at Wabash General Hospital, another example of people you know helping people you love.
Back here on the Nick Hart Show, coming off the Titans' impressive 28-24 come-from-behind win over a very, very good South Warren, Kentucky team. No rest for the weary as the Titans hit the road for the first time in a few weeks, and they'll be taking on another undefeated opponent in Class 3A, a very good Raiders team from Southridge. Coach, give us the setup for that one. They have shut out all 3 previous opponents, and Washington did score on them 1 touchdown. They've given up a touchdown all year. That speaks to their defensive abilities for sure.
Yeah, I think you start on the defensive side with what they've been able to do. And I think this is a credit to Coach Buning and their program. They're not going to win the Get Off the Bus award by any stretch of the imagination, but they are extremely disciplined, well coached, and defensively they get to the football extremely well. They've always been very good defensively, very tough to go against. And I think, one thing when you're looking out, when you try and watch film, you try and find a weak spot, in the defense, a place that you can attack, and where they might not win the Get Off the Bus award, where there's not a standout or somebody that, looks like $1 million. They have 11 great football players on that side of the ball. And so, when you're trying to look for a place to attack, there's not many of them to find. So, their first team defense hasn't given up a point. We're going to have to execute at a really high level to sustain drives and try and put points on the board. And then, offensively, they've always been a challenge to defend. The shotgun wing T stuff, I think, that offense is tough to defend, but they execute it really well. And I think I said this someplace else. I think they are among the best in the state about how they package their plays together and know what to attack. So, if you take away this, they're going to run that. And if you take away that, they're going to run something else. And it's all packaged together where it looks the same, and they do a great job of executing it. So, you got to be really disciplined when you play them because of the misdirection and the motions, and there's a lot of moving pieces. So it takes 11 guys knowing their assignment and executing that assignment at a high level in order to try and get some stops. I think both sides of the ball, they bring a lot of challenges, for us. And then on top of that, we've played 4 spread teams to start out. So, now you're getting into a team that's in the shotgun, but they're running wing T principle stuff. That's a lot different than what we've been going up against. So, you kind of add that into everything else. And it's a big week for us preparation wise. And then, we got to go out and execute on Friday.
Southridge has allowed just 1 touchdown. That's a second-string scorer in Week 1. They've pitched shutouts in 3 straight weeks. They're scoring about 38 points a game, winning 53-0 at Pike Central the last outing. So they're getting points on the board, too, and not allowing any. So this is going to be another tough matchup on the road. And you talked about the difference in approach and difference in philosophy. You're up against a veteran coach, and Coach Buning has been there for 10 years now, 14th year overall at the helm. Let's zero in on keys. So what right now, setting in, looking at this game, do you say are keys to success for the Titans this week?
Well, I think, defensively, I mentioned it, just with all the moving pieces, we have to be very disciplined in what we do, and each guy knowing their assignment. I think they would like this game to probably be played in the teens, where the winner is somewhere in the teens, and we'd probably like the winner to have to get into the 30s. So I think, they'd probably like to take the ball and take off about 8 minutes on the clock on their opening drive and really shorten the game. So I think if we can get some 3 and outs and kind of play the game at our tempo as opposed to their tempo, that's really important. And like I said, they haven't given up a point. So just execution on offense and being able to finish drives whenever we're able to put them together.
It'll be the Titans sitting atop the large school division of the Pocket, and Southridge sitting atop the small school division of the Pocket, squaring off in a big matchup at Southridge. It's a 6:30 start local time. Coming up, by the way, in the coaches poll this week, Gibson Southern's ranked 3rd, Southridge ranked 11th. So a couple of 2 state-ranked ball clubs in our part of the state squaring off on Friday night. Should be fun. One final segment coming up with a coach in just a moment. Stay with us.
You're listening to The Nick Hart Show, presented each week by the Gibson Southern Football Boosters, including AgriGold, ADG Architecture and Design Group, Baker Tax and Financial Services, Brett's Car Care, Cordray Insurance, Daylight Land Management, Davis Brothers, Du Bois County Garage Doors Incorporated, Duke Energy, Foster Construction, the Fort Branch Dairy Queen, Harper's Pub and Pizza, Hobstadt Summerfest, Hydorn Construction, Hobstadt Family Dentistry, Hen Orthodontics, Hillside Gardens, Hip Dentistry, JMCO Technologies, Kiesel Enterprises Incorporated, MyTech Systems, Pole Concrete Construction, and Pro Rehab.
Do you know what it takes to be a warrior? You have to be hardworking. Make sure you're giving your best every day.
You have to lead, guide others to the path of success.
You have to be brave, be able to stand up for what you believe in.
At Wabash Valley College, we're able to bring the best out of you, even if you don't have these skills. It's time to be a warrior. I'm a warrior.
I am a warrior.
I am a warrior.
I'm a warrior. Are you? Call Wabash Valley at 618-262-8641.
Final segment here on the Nick Hart Show here tonight. The Titans getting ready for yet another big matchup on Friday night. 6:30, the kickoff is at Southridge against the Raiders. Our pregame show will begin at 6:15 with a kickoff at 6:30 here on 89.1 The Bash. And while we're thrilled and honored and proud to bring you coverage of the Titans on the radio, Coach, I know you want to see a lot of maroon over at Southridge filling up those visitor bleachers on Friday.
Yeah, it's a huge game. Hopefully we get a lot of people to go over and support the team, coming off the big win. And we had a great crowd at home on Friday night. In fact, kind of a funny story, the touchdown to make it 24-21, we got a look that we wanted to check out of, and I'm jumping up and down and screaming on the sidelines, and the crowd was so loud that Tanner didn't hear me, and I'm glad he didn't, because we went untouched into the end zone. So kind of makes you think, like, why am I even here? No, it was a fantastic crowd, and we hope to see everybody over at Southridge on Friday for 2 ranked teams and 2 undefeated teams in a huge game.
12th man, a big factor in that win then, huh?
Yeah, it was, absolutely.
Hope that continues with a big crowd over at Southridge on Friday night. Coach, once again, good luck. Let's keep the steam engine rolling. We'll talk to you next week.
Sounds good.
That is Titan coach Nick Hart. That is the Nick Hart Show for this Tuesday night. See ya at Southridge on Friday. So long, everybody.
Thanks for joining us for the Nick Hart Show, presented each week by the Gibson Southern Football Boosters, including AgriGold, ADG Architecture and Design Group, Baker Tax and Financial Services, Brett's Car Care, Cordray Insurance, Daylight Land Management, Davis Brothers, Du Bois County Garage Doors Incorporated, Duke Energy, Foster Construction, the Fort Branch Dairy Queen, Harper's Pub and Pizza, Hobstadt Summerfest, Hydorn Construction, Hobstadt Family Dentistry, Hen Orthodontics, Hillside Gardens, Hip Dentistry, JMCO Technologies, Kiesel Enterprises Incorporated, MyTech Systems, Pole Concrete Construction, Pro Rehab, Roberts Boring, Trenching and Excavating, Robert Goob Vermillion, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, Scotty's Lawn Equipment, Timbarge Seed, TYFL, Reinbrecht Homes, Stodgel Funeral Home, Stodgel Monuments, in memory of Darwin and Eric Callis, by Vertical Tile Incorporated, Wash Boss, Young's Auto Body, Johnson Commercial Mowing, in loving memory of Zach Bailey, by Julia's School of Dance, Kathy Solman Photography, Like Transport, Make Your Mark, Scherer Monuments, Southern Indiana Tire, United Fidelity Bank, Stan and Teresa Dove, by Air Evac Life Team, Ameriprise Financial, Jeremy Overton, by Engermeyer Electric, Bandit Ag LLC, Bryant Auto Center Incorporated, by Center for Pediatric Therapy, by Country Barns, by Daywig Meats of Hobstadt, Drosty's Jewelry Shops, Edward Jones Financial Advisor Jason Rainey, by Fort Branch Car Wash, Full Metal Armory, by grandparent of Isaac O'Neill, Marianne O'Neill, by Heritage Federal Credit Union, Heritage Petroleum LLC, Jarbo Tax Service, Casey Gray, Fuquay State Farm, by Cook Air, L&B Boutique, Little Miracles, Matt Walker Insurance, by Meisler Trailer Rentals, National Vet Help, Ripco Systems, by Titan Construction Partners, Whitledge Tree Service LLC, and by the Wabash Valley College Radio, TV, and Digital Media Department.